To make more money, reveal more value. What's going on, my high vibrational expressions of God on earth? This is your boy, Dr. Will Rogers, aka Master Teacher 33 today. Want to jump in? Got a free show today. Just want to reveal, explain, and illuminate the three keys to showing up for yourself in the marketplace, in the new market, because this is the year of the 8-2024, 2024. 2024 is just simply the year of the 8, as above, so below. So we all have worth and we all have value. So we have to understand to make more money, you have to reveal more value. That just simply means because value is another way of generating sales. In other words, when you become valuable, you become brighter. We talked about bright, we talked about brighter, we talked about the brightest. Today we just talking about the brightest expression of the sales. You know, how you are able to use your emotions to override what we've been talking about in the private message, the wireless tissue engineering. So in other words, you have to basically wire yourself. You have to reveal value. So value revealed. You are given a certain amount of cards, for lack of a better term. And so your job is to take the cards that you've been dealt. It's like a card game. And you could cry about the cards that you've been dealt or a situation that you're in, or you could do what? You could take the cards that you are dealt and you could add more value. That just simply means you play the game based upon your lane, your God-given destiny, your diakonia. And we talk about this a lot because, remember, God is not a frequency, a wave of vibration. We are frequencies, waves, and vibrations, but we have access to something that animates our frequencies, our waves, and our vibrations, which allows us to do the three keys. Key number 1, know yourself. Key number 2, look at your life experiences that you've had based on yourself. And key 3, look at attributes and characteristics, or what I call your life pattern. So we got a life sustaining pattern, and then we got a current habit pattern. And so those are the two patterns that you operate in. So you have to reveal more value. So that's the key or the secret to life or being successful in this life and in this frequency that we're living in, is for us just to be able to add more value. By adding more value, that just simply means that each and every person, you have worth and you have value. So everything starts with you being able to see your worth and your value, because if you can see it, everybody else can see it. So regardless of, you know, how many people show up, for lack of a better term, like in your life, your job is to see your own value and your own worth. So to make more money, you got to reveal it. And so the ability for you to reveal more value. So we know that when we talk about revealing something, we're really talking about disclosing it, pulling the covers off of it. You want to diverge it. So the first thing is to understanding that when we talk about reveal, it just simply means that, okay, I'm going to make sure that everybody sees it. And to the degree that it works for you, that's the degree that it works for everybody else. So you have to reveal it. You literally have to pull the blanket off, pull the covers off, and reveal it. And your job is, once you reveal it, then you got to, you know, expose it. So you got to reveal, you know, explain, I should say. Reveal, explain, illuminate, and then simplify it. So that way people can really see the worth and value. And so for example, the biggest thing that I talk about every day is your purpose and your destiny, because that changed my life by seeing that I had something that I was gifted in, that I had an area of expertise that allows me to be able to express, expose, and expand my own frequency, wave, and vibration. And so this is the big reveal. The big reveal, everything starts with you being able to reveal your sales or yourself or your success, or to reveal your own innate attributes and characteristics. That's your secret sauce, for lack of a better term. And so once you know your secret, once you know your worth, once you know your value, but you got to reveal that worth and that value to yourself first before you can reveal it to anyone else. So it's about revealing your own worth and your own value. You know, you got to show your worth to yourself. You got to show your value to yourself. Because when you talk about showing up in the marketplace, it's just the fact that your value doesn't decrease based upon someone's inability to see your worth and your value. Your worth and your value is what source code gave you. And your job is to, and this is where it gets really important, is because when other people don't see your worth and value, you got to make sure that you start seeing yourself through your own eyes, so that way you can see your own worth. You got to know your worth, even if other people don't. Because remember, everything starts with you. So you got to make sure that you don't start seeing yourself through the eyes of those who don't value you. You have to know your worth, even if they don't. You literally have to be able to see your worth and your value. And the way that you increase sales, not only SALES, but more importantly, CELLS. You have to be able to increase your own sales. Because again, everybody will not see your worth and value. Technically, they're not even supposed to see it. You have to uncover it. You have to reveal it so that way other people can see it. And so it all starts with you. And no matter how, we slice it and dice it, that's the hardest thing to really understand when we talk about the game of life. You've been dealt certain cards. Those are the attributes and characteristics that's been given to you by source. Now you can complain about the cards you've been dealt, or you can get on and play the game. And the way that me, increase money is I got to increase value. I got to reveal it. It's always there. But I got to show other people the value inside of, in my case, the diakonia reports. You have to show the world you have worth and you have value. Because people are not going to automatically see it. They should, but at many times they don't. So it's your job. It's up to you to reveal, explain, illuminate, and simplify your own worth and your own value to the universe. Because I'm telling you, brothers and sisters, there's so much distractions because you don't got no competition. So it's not about competing with other people, because you don't really have no competition, because nobody can beat you but you. So okay, it's not about competition. So what does it mean? Sales means to sell something. It doesn't mean that you have to convince a market. Now that's the old system. This is 2024. So in 2024, in order for you to generate what we call money and more capital, remember, money is a feeling. Regardless of how much paper is in your bank account, you got a feeling. The feeling comes from your confidence inside of the innate attributes and characteristics of the three things that we're talking about today. And so your job is to always stay connected to, number one, your true authentic self. You have to know and see it. Number two, you got to be able to pull out the lessons from your life experiences. And then number three, you got to be able to pull out and use the cards that you've been dealt, the innate attributes and characteristics that's inside of you. Now, if this was so easy, I wouldn't be doing today's class, especially now in 2024. Because as you may have noticed, people have less discretionary income. It's getting a little bit harder to generate capital, especially if you are in the game that I'm playing, which is you are self-employed. Now, so if you're self-employed, man, the whole game has changed now. Now, man, it's getting real out there. If you out in the streets, you're out in the streets. If you living the life and playing the game the way I'm playing the game, you can't just kind of make the shit up as you go. You literally have to be married to a specific frequency, wave of vibration that, number one, you know. I'm telling you, brothers and sisters, if you don't know with 100% confidence, if you're not willing to die, then you're not willing to live. So you got one job: reveal more value. Now, because of artificial intelligence and deep fakes and everything that we've been talking about in the paid per view class with social, which is the same thing as the word spiritual, acoustics. You are spiritual technology. Your spiritual technology is going up against artificial technology. Deep fake videos are out now. As we talked about, the new AI Sora, I think it's called Sora, S-O-R-A, is voice to video. And the videos, based upon everything I've seen, you can't tell it that it's fake. The deep fakes, now I can I can make a video of you married, I can make a video of you having sex with somebody and send it to your wife. And if your wife don't really know you, your relationship is over. I can, post a video of you slandering somebody and start a beef between you and somebody else, and you don't even know the person. And so now we're living in the age of authenticity from the perspective of you have to reveal your authenticity now. You have to brand your own person now. You can't brand a product. You have to brand your personality. You guys know that's what I do for a living. I got 25 personality websites, businesses. I do done-for-you courses. I got the 50% off sale going on right now for the basic, intermediate, or advanced. I sent everybody the link earlier today. If you're not online as your true, authentic self, somebody going to be online as you. There's at least 10 websites online right now that I could take you to. That's me, but it's not me. At least 10. I search it every once in a while. This morning when I went through it and looked, there's 10 different websites. That's me, but it's not me. They selling my products. They selling my books. I tell you guys about this a lot. I have one of my books that's I think it's $197. Somebody has a website up and they're selling the exact same book for $800. And some people are buying it. And so now you have to brand yourself so that way people, when the deep fake come out, they know it's not you. It's like that Tamu website. There's certain stuff, if it's too good to be true, it's too good to be true. And it's crazy because the wife ordered a plant wall unit that, and it was on the picture, man, it looked awesome. And we ordered it and it came and it was like a little toy. It's like a little matchbox thing for kids, basically. It was, but the picture is fake. It's deceptive. And so to make more money, you have to reveal more value. You have to now go deeper now because there's a picture, just talking about it. Remember, as we've been saying, now you have to reveal more of yourself. And so the websites and the books and the modules that I'm promoting and that I'm recommending that everybody do, whether or not you need, quote unquote, to do it or not, that's not the purpose. The purpose is for you to brand yourself before somebody else does. I remember hearing a story about Steve Harvey when he came out and he started to blow up. He went to get his name and somebody else had already had his name. SteveHarvey.com. They just brought it and they said because they knew one day he was going to need it. And they just brought there people who do that still. They call it domain squatters or they have a term for people who do that. So what I'm expressing to you today is extremely important because as we move into a social media platform, and we talked about yesterday in the private message, this world is controlled, and remember, I got 100K that I'm willing to bet that what I'm saying is correct. There's only 3 things that you can do in this world. We talked about digital writing. We talked about wireless tissue engineering. We talked about total human enslavement through electrical magnetic neuron mitigation for behavior modification and modulation. Your behavior is no longer controlled by you. Your behavior is controlled by the dominant culture. They have a bioweapon now. They have V2K, voice to skull. It's called the voice of God. So all of your thoughts, all of your feelings, all of your emotions, they pipe it in the hood. They pipe a frequency into the hood. They put it in the music. They put it in your food. That's why everybody like Popeye's chicken sandwiches. All of the ingredients, like my boy, that Muslim guy, who took the ingredients from Popeye's chicken and also the ingredients from the one that everybody loves. You know, everybody goes to damn, I forgot the name of it. Chick-fil-A. There we go. The ingredients, none of those ingredients, all those ingredients that's used for seasoning. Remember in my book, Reverse Aging, I break this down. It's called excitotoxins and flavonoids. Then in 6 days, the seasoning is illegal in Europe. It's illegal in Europe because of what it does to the brain. And so they put that shit's not by accident in the water, and it's promoted more in melanated environments. That's why niggas like chicken. Y'all saw the movie they cloned Tyrone. Did y'all watch how they cloned, not the cloning part, but the part at the end when they controlled all of the black culture, all black communities? How did it? Well, Negroes, you can entertain us. You can do sports. You can play music. We're okay with that because we control that. You can do video games. You can do betting, like in the Super Bowl. Now betting is getting out of control. Everybody's betting on everything in the game and all sports betting. Okay, we have no problem with you doing that. And the last thing is social media. No problem if you get a large social media following and you set up a website, because guess what? You don't own shit. We can shut it down anytime you want. Negroes be arguing about get off my Facebook page. Negro, you ain't got a Facebook page. Facebook got a Facebook page. As I know, they've shut down 3 of my YouTube channels, 1 of my TikTok channels, my Instagram, my Tumblr. I don't know how many accounts I've set up, and they just shut it down for health. It's always health-related violations. I don't even talk about health, but I do. Like we talked about yesterday. If we were to hook your brain up to the machine, your dorsal vagal nerve has collapsed. It's called, I did the whole book in the show. If you grow up in the hood, you got your vagus nerve, which is the largest, is the nerve that's the information superhighway. So even though somebody can tell you the truth, you cannot assimilate the truth because of the reticular activating system that's connected to the lymph nodes, that's connected to the dorsal vagal nerve. So that's how they control your framing. So the framing determines the target determines the style. The style determines, again, what we call the tone, frequency, wave vibration. That determines the zone. So you can't tell me, no matter, even if you do organic stuff, even if you do, because remember, they depleted the minerals out of the soil, or they contaminated the soil with red dye 40 and with freaking Roundup. They put the chemicals. Like when all of those trains was wrecking right next to the rivers in Ohio. It was like 5 in a row. Nobody said nothing. They said, oh, the train just went off track, but it was carrying a lot of toxic chemicals that got into the river, which got into the soil. So people tell me about, oh, well, I eat healthy. Still not going to do no good. I breathe healthy. Unfortunately, nigga, you're not walking around in no fucking oxygen tank. So you breathing the same shit I'm breathing. Okay, well, the food, okay, they got that. Language, as we talked about in the private message. And like I said, I don't even like talking about it because it is very, like, Dr. Martinet text right after the show. She's like, damn, this shit's depressing. It is. When I taught this to my kids, like I said, they were like, shit, Dad, why are we going to school? Then my oldest son, BJ, he checked out. He just now checking back in. For like 10 years, BJ today's his birthday, by the way. BJ just said, fuck it. I'm going to drink, smoke, party, pop out babies. Because we're going to die anyway. This information is, if you really If you've been listening to the private series that we've been doing, it's like, I don't give a fuck how much money you have or don't have, because it has nothing to do with money. It has to do with their system. So what do? Well, we got to play the cards that we've been dealt. That's the game. I ain't make the rules, man. I'm just the messenger. Don't get mad at me. If you read my book that breaks down elitism, where I reveal, explain, illuminate, and simplify a technocrat, which is the new gods of this age. They are technicians and scientists. Everything is on AI. Whether you want it or not, it don't really matter. Like, you can try to live like like the Quakers. Well, I don't use those technology. Well, unfortunately, WBAN, that's wide or wireless body area network, your organs, your mitochondrial DNA, and the nucleus in your cell is the router now. You are a computer. They're routing frequencies through your body, not through no fucking towers. That's what that patent that I went to DARPA's website. Then I went to the Department of Defense website. Then I went to the CIA's website. Then I went to NASA's website. And I told you guys, it's on the patent number 3000.09. You are the computer now. I don't give a fuck where you live. It's just wireless, bruh. It's global. You can read the book, The Electrification of the Earth. That book was written in the 50s. They had the technology out then. They perfected it in 2012. That's what 2012 was all about. It's the global destabilization of humanity. So everybody's wireless. Everybody's hooked up to their cloud to try to limit your value. So remember, today's message is a free message. Like, we've been breaking all of this down in a pay-per-view, because I can't say what I've been saying in the pay-per-view and then post it, because the free stuff, I post online. So this message is so you can understand what DARPA, what the Department of Defense, what the CIA, what NSA, the Homeland Security, all of the alphabet soup, all the alphabet, organizations, what's the end game? To control consumption and reproduction. They don't want y'all Negroes reproducing. That's why most dudes are gay. And that's why the sperm count is, we already broke that down. And, that's why you got skinny zones to keep your testicles close to the body to kill the sperm cells. And then they already knew that most of you guys, you've been chemically castrated. I mean, my heart goes out to you, man. It's like, man, I'm glad I'm not in my 20s. Shit. Like, you're a eunuch. You're a chemical eunuch. Like, test your sperm count. Go to the doctor and, have your testosterone level checked, and then have your sperm count level checked. I mean, I'm over 60, and I put my shit up against any 21-year-old. Like my boy, what's his name that we talking about this all the time. So it's a chemical castration. So they don't want you to play the game. They don't mind that you are on the field. Because remember, God is not a frequency wave of vibration. Like, God's not a football player. God is the field that football players play on. And so there's a frequency waves and vibration that's controlled by the prince. He's over the power that's in the air. Is anybody reading Ephesians 6? Now, the reason why am I saying that? Because you just can't show up now. What I used to do, that used to work, and I was doing great, that shit doesn't work no more. Why? Because everybody got a 15-second disposition. So you got to be more valuable now. You got to get more attention. You got to add more value. Then you got to provide ongoing support. So you must be, whether you're selling anything or not, that doesn't matter. Selling is dead. You can't sell nobody nothing. Everybody's done with sales. So nobody's going to buy shit just because you got it out there. Unless you brand it yourself. Look at Donald Trump. They fined him It's like $360 million. He made it back in one day when he came out with his sneakers. Y'all seen the Donald Trump sneakers? They gold with the T on it. Have y'all seen it? How much is Donald Trump selling his shit? How the fuck Donald Trump selling Sneakers, shoes? Then his food sell them like hotcakes. He's already made the 300 mil back already in one day. Because why? People are not buying the shoe. They buying Donald Trump. So you need to be branding yourself. Yesterday. Hopefully, shit, you're not just starting. Now remember, I'm not talking about your musical instrument. I'm not talking about your recipe. I'm not talking about your clothing line. I'm not talking about your album. I'm not talking about like my diakonia report. Me, Master Mother Beep Teacher 33. That's my brand. What's yours? If I say Tiger Woods, you don't think about basketball, do you? How come? If I say Michael Jordan, you don't think about golf. Them niggas branded their fucking name. Man is name, and name is man. If you ain't branded yourself, man, you are in trouble because there's only three things Negroes can do. Sports, entertainment, and social media. You don't get paid for doing nothing else. Because the dominant culture will put you in a pine box if you do start to blow up. Come up with any system of distribution. Come up with some type of a free energy source. Come on, we also saw the dude that was on TikTok that combined some frequencies. He opened up a portal. They're on TikTok looking for him. Nobody can find him. Remember the little kid that explained parallel universes using sheets of paper? The little kid was 12. They ain't seen him since. He fucking disappeared. Remember the little Nigerian, the black dude who came up with the helicopter, the car, the TV that runs off radio waves. It runs off free energy. He just out of prison. He did a TikTok video a couple of days ago, and the three white dudes showed up from the government, told him to stop the video while he was shooting the video. It's on TikTok. They ain't seen him since. So what am I saying, man? I did not create the rules to the game. But I'm telling you, you got one job. Reveal value. Your value comes from three places. Now, this is old news. Everybody should have already done it. And the people that have done it, you should promote it. And the only reason that you're not promoting it is because you don't believe in it. And the only reason that you don't believe in it is because you're not in it. I do the same thing every day. When I'm 90, when I'm 120, if I'm still here, I'm going to still be doing the same thing every single day because I'm not fake. I believe in the diakonia report because it fucking changed my life. I believe in behavior modification because every Negro that I've ever met on this planet that ain't busting a grape, that don't know who the fuck he is. That's the only reason he promoting somebody else's shit. You can't promote somebody else's stuff unless you don't believe in your own stuff. Now, I'm not talking about, cohab. If we got a collaborating vision, I'm a 33, so I can connect with other 33s, and we can come together and we could promote something because we both have similar visions. So I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about just you have to do these three things. Number one, you got to know yourself. Number two, you got to find the lesson in your losses and your life experiences. You got to go back and revisit your life. And number three, you got to go back and revisit your design because I gave it to you. Everybody on this call, you got your diakonia report. But for some reason or other, you don't see no value in it because you're not promoting it. Not you personally, but, people you know. Remember, this has nothing to do with what we call work or working. Because, I don't promote working. I don't work. I don't recommend you work either. Working, as we talked about before, the word working means the word working. Working. You were the king. You're not the king no more. Or the queen. There's nothing wrong with it, but now, this is 2024. This is the year of the 8. So this means that you got to go to your highest self. 8, as above, should be below. That's money. Money is that you go to the highest version of yourself and you see the value in the highest version of yourself. You ain't it. I'm not the highest version of myself, but I see value in the highest version of myself. I want to reveal that value to you. That's the only way you make money. I mean, if you are where I was there because I wasn't revealing, explaining, illuminating, and simplifying my worth and value enough. I was doing it, but the game changed when artificial intelligence came out because there's more distractions now. It's not more value. It's just more ways of taking people's money. Now everybody's doing artificial this, artificial that. Now, don't get me wrong, nothing wrong with it, but you got to remember, what is technology? Technology is what we call the logos. It's a low frequency. Why? Everything's a frequency. That means it's a consciousness. It's a baby consciousness. That's what technology is. Technology is like baby humanity. Technology is like a one-cell organism for us. So what does that mean, though? That means that we are raising technology the same way we raise children. That means we determine where technology is not bad in and of itself. Just like demons are not bad in and of themselves. A demon is a disposition. So who determines your children's disposition when they were born? Who has the most impact on your child from the age of 0 till about 6, 7, maybe 8? Before you send them off to the dominant culture to educate them and turn them against you. What if you homeschool your kids? They won't know shit but what you tell them. But we don't do that. I started, but I still did it wrong because I sent them to a Christian school. All private, praise Jesus school. Them the suckers was worse off better than they was when they went to the private school. So again, even if you're doing the right thing, are you doing it the right way? You've been dealt a hand of cards. So God gave me, we're playing a game of poker, right? So my cards are 3, 3, 6, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 3, 5, 4, 9. Those are cards I've been dealt. So I could sit here and I could be pissed off at God and say, man, God, shit, you fucked me, man. I don't want these cards that you gave me. I want Sister Diane Coleman's cards. So God gave Sister Diane Coleman 336 718 347 101. I like those cards better. So I'm going to try to be Sister Coleman instead of being myself. That's what we all doing or did. We look up to sports figures and say, "Ooh, I want to be like Mike. I want to be like Mike." Remember, there's a whole commercial. You want to be like Mike? I want to be. Everybody want to be like Mike. No, Negro should be like yourself. But we don't see no value in the self. How do I know? We don't promote the self. How come? Well, Doc, nobody likes me but Jesus, brother. Bam! That's the kiss of death. You like tongue kissing the devil in the mouth. When you don't see no value in you, God is you. Anybody read the Gospel, the book of Thomas? Anything that you promote before you promote yourself, that precedes you into the kingdom. Anything, any person, place. So, ladies, little Johnny, little Susie, your little Sheerans. Oh, Doc, I love my little Sheerans, brother. Oh, I know. I ain't mad at you. They go to heaven before you do. Heaven is just a high vibrational state of love, joy, peace, gentleness, meekness, and self-control. So what do we all got to start doing? We got to, first of all, it's like I've done a lot of the course. Remember, it's 50% off for the done-for-you system. I've done a lot of this for a lot of people. Out of all the ones I've done, I don't think there's one client that's promoting it 24/7, 365, morning, night, noon, day. Well, how come they don't promote their own shit? Because they're not in it. What does that mean? Well, they don't believe in it. So now I got to do it differently. So now we're doing everything. The whole system comes with a 1-year consultation because we just can't remember. This shit's so easy for me to do. That means I can read your numbers. I can see your worth and value. I can produce a product service. I can do the website for you. I can do 1 to 20 books. I don't give a fuck how many you want done. Especially not artificial intelligence. I can do 5, 10 books a day. So that it's like taking candy from a baby. For me, because I've been doing it for 30 years. I can come up with all the modules, but guess what? You're not going to promote it because I'm the one that came up with it. So I can't do that no more. So now we got to sit down and you got to do it. That means I got to interview you. I got to talk to you. I got to pull you out of you. So that way you can see the value in you. You can see that you are fucking memorable. There's only one Cheryl West. One. There's never been a Cheryl West before Cheryl West. There's not a Cheryl West right now. When Cheryl West is gone 100 years from now, there won't be another Cheryl West that comes after her. So why the fuck would Cheryl West want to be anybody that did Cheryl West? Thankfully, Cheryl West is Cheryl West. Cheryl West shows up on the internet every day as Cheryl West. It's one thing I like about Sister Cheryl. Sister Cheryl got the same frequency as me. We showing up as ourselves. We don't give a fuck if nobody like it or don't like it. Right, Sister Cheryl? I give Sister Cheryl mad respect because I ain't showing up as a black woman in America as yourself. Why? Well, what does the market, what was the dominant culture promote? Blonde hair, blue eyes, walking around looking like a fucking stick. So if you don't fit that, well, they're not going to cast you in the movie. So sorry. Well, Sister Cheryl write her own movie. I highly recommend everybody doing the same thing. So now we got to ask the $1 billion question. Well, Sister Cheryl is showing up as herself on the marketplace. So the question is, well, okay, Sister Cheryl, how many books you selling? How much money you making? Sister Cheryl probably like me. Well, pickings are slim, Doc. Right, Sister Cheryl? I mean, I don't know. Sister Cheryl, how much money you made off your book and your website? Now, last year, I can show you my 1099. I did well over $350K. Easy. Well over. Do you know what that is a month? Do the math. You know how much money I made a day? But that's last year. The game has changed, brothers and sisters. We got to change with the game. So if you serious, especially if you like me, even if you got a 9 to 5, you still want to consider and take advantage of what the dominant culture is allowing, especially if you're melanated. Now, if you're not melanated, okay, shit, you got options. There's a global crisis going on. But it's not a crisis, it's a global consciousness. So what crisis means consciousness. So the dominant culture says we're only promoting certain consciousness. We're only going to allow a certain frequency. So in 2024, the blueprint for success is there has to be daily content based upon a specific topic that you have or deliver with a specific strategy. This is everything I'll do for you. Or you can do it for yourself. That does what? Provides neuro-linguistical programming to create critical factor bypass. That means I'm going to bypass your frontal lobe to create mass formation hypnosis. Now, I did not create the system. I just, remember, this is what I do since 13. I look at, remember, all my upline, if you want to use that term, were all white million and billionaires since 13. Since 13, when my mom died, and I went to live with my biological father. Actually, I was 11, but the light didn't come on until 13. That's when I stopped taking ass whoopings from Negroes. I ain't lost a fight since. What's the point? The point is I realized, hey, I can continue to do what the thugs in my neighborhood was doing. They was gangbangers, the drug addicts. All them Negroes had, 15 babies and 15 baby mamas. All them Negroes was on child support. They was tatted up, skinny jeans, hair in the dreads, and all that shit. That's all I saw. Then I went on other tracks, and I saw white dudes with suits on. They had 4 fucking cars in their driveway. Each car was over $100 grand. Then they had a $5, $6, $7, $10 million house. How the hell are they paying for all this shit? When I went to the hood, I saw the dudes had a nice car, but I went to their house. The house was a fucking shack. So I made a decision. I'm going to go find out what them white boys doing. Now, remember, I was born in the hood, just like you. And for some reason or another, I think because I dropped the ego, the white boys took me in. Taught me the game. I put it inside of my book, The Ultimate Secret to Being Rich. I talk about Jim. I talk about this guy named Lim and this guy named Craig. They're all billionaires now. They all taught me the game, especially the real estate game. So I had over $1 million in real estate in my 20s. Before I funded my addictions with my wealth. As I tell you guys all the time, I don't be talking about shit I learned out of a book. I lost all my money chasing pool nanny because that was my addiction. What's yours? Because you got one too. Remember we read that in the Bible. You got a thorn in your flesh, in your side. To do what? Keep you from being conceited. So now I'm not trying to get rid of my thorn because I know it keeps me in a harmonious or balanced state. So right now, everybody on this call, you have extreme worth and value. But it's not neuro-linguistically communicated. So you got to put your words in a particular order to provoke and invoke a particular response. In other words, I just cannot say, hey, I can help you find your purpose and your destiny. Click. Nobody's interested. How come? Do you guys remember the class that we did on the 5 states of unawareness? The 2 main states of unawareness. Number 1, all Negroes are problem unaware. That's a major problem going on in this country. Most Negroes are unaware. And then number 2, we are solution unaware. There's people still walking around every year. They put on pink shirts and they talk about breast cancer awareness. They're still trying to find a cure for cancer. When Dr. Sebi, Royal Raymond Rife, Jethro Kloss, been cured cancer. So how can we be looking for the cure if one already exists? Well, them fools is solution unaware. So that means there is no problem. Like, there's no money problems. Nobody on this call has a money problem. We may be unaware because there's different levels to the game. So when you change lanes, you now change the rules game. So when I change lanes, every year I change lanes. Last year I changed lanes about 3 times. That means I was making X amount of money. I say, nope, I want to make more than that. Okay, now there's a whole new set of rules I got to learn. And remember, there is a time delay. So when I changed game, okay, last year I did great. Beginning this year, I changed the game, 1.485. So now I'm in the desert. And I stay in the desert till I figure it the fuck out. Same thing with you. And now I figured it out. What did I figure out? Add more value. What does that mean? Verb activation. What does that mean? Spiritual quickening. What does that mean? Saying, seance, science. That's what they call woke. The awakened state. That's the new game in town. That's 2024. That's fresh off the throne, bro. Hot off the skillet. So that's what I'm doing now. What am I doing? I got to get a headline, aka what we call a hook. What we call get attention. Now that's not new. We've been doing that. But the way by which we get attention now, oh snap, that's changed. Before I just came up with some clever marketing. I just did what we called a headline. But now that doesn't work. I have to actually reprogram Negroes' brains with my frequency, with my aura, with my chi. Because artificial intelligence now has changed the game. Because everybody can now go online and create a fake design. You can do it, I can do it, we all can do it. So what is the key that allows you to be? Everybody on this call, you already know you have to make sure that you start seeing yourself through the eyes. First of all, you got to make sure that you don't see yourself through the eyes of people who don't see your worth and value. Damn, I made that mistake. And usually it's like family members and friends and maybe your boo-boo. They know you as you. So you have to stop seeing your eyes through your mate, your family members, people that don't know you. That's number one. Stop seeing yourself the way other people see yourself, but that's not you. Okay? How do I see myself, Doc? Oh, man. You are a spirit. You have possession of a toolbox. These tools are used by your spirit. It's called a soul. There are people who are soul healers, like Sister Diane. So Sister Diane should have a course online to help all of us heal our souls, because our soul got damaged. Everybody on this call, you are suffering from cellular damage. Your soul, your mind, your will, your emotions, your imagination, and your intellect has been imprinted by an extreme event that happened in your childhood. It was so extreme that it imprinted your soul. Now that trauma, you got trauma-induced mind control, dorsal vagal collapse. Don't have time to get into the psychology or the biology behind it, but you got it. How do I know? Because you are in what we call a cyclical or cycle, and you can't get out. I call it Groundhog's Day. Now there's just levels. You never get out. But I just want to get back to the original cycle. That's the one in my DNA. That's my life optimization cycle or circle. So how do you heal your soul? Your soul is your mind, your will, your emotions, your imaginations, and your intellect. The only way to heal your soul is with what we call healing energy. What is healing energy? Healing energy is the most powerful frequency, because the trauma, the emotions are stored inside of your body. It's not stored in your brain. So if you notice you get triggered by certain things, but notice the response is not in your head, it's in your body. If somebody disrespects you, you feel it. What do you feel? Well, the first thing, usually like me, what happens? I notice my heart starts beating fast. And then I notice my whole disposition changes. I get tunnel vision. And then I start noticing, where is my equalizer? Is it in my pocket? Is it in the trunk? In my glove box? Is it underneath my seat? When I go to a restaurant, I get triggered. I find the table that's in the furthest back. I find all the exits. I sit with my back so I can see all the entry points. It's difficult for me to go to a sports event because the crowd, because of those are triggers, because of the way I was raised, because I have a lack of trust. You got your triggers too. I'm just telling you mine, so that way you can say, oh damn, what triggers I got? Some of you guys got relationship triggers. I got a lot of religious triggers because I was raised in a cult, and my dad used to beat the shit out of me when I was a kid. So I don't like authority. That's why I work for myself. That's why I had 68 jobs. You tell me something that reminds me of my father, I'm like, man, shit, ain't no mother disrespecting me no more. I ain't no fucking kid any longer. So I gotta wish a nigga would this position, but where did it come from? I wasn't born that way. That's learned behavior. So we learned helplessness and hopelessness. Unfortunately, all of that is a money block. Money flows where your attention goes. Money flows toward love, joy, peace, gentleness, meekness, and self-control. That's why I started processing my negative habit patterns. That's why I had to come up with a system called Cladonomics for behavior modification. That's Sister Diane's program. Sister Diane is designed by God to do what? Help everybody else process. There's 12 keys for a strong feminine energy. It's interesting that all men, in order for us to be successful, we really have to process from within. So we got to process it. But most men don't understand it. Everything starts with love in yourself. So the number one key for neuro-linguistical programming, you got to reprogram love back into yourself. So I started with, and the primary reason, the reason why I married my wife. She's like my therapist. From the perspective of what? She's the total opposite of me. I do everything fast. She does everything slow. I got anger management issues. She's very stable. I take a lot of risk. She don't take no risk. She's the total opposite of me. It helps balance me because when I see that energy, it's the opposite of my energy. So it helps me do what? Number one, analyze my why. So why are you angry, bro? Why you got to sit in a restaurant with your back to the wall so you can see everything? Why are you so angry and retentive? Why the house got to be so clean all the time? Why do you got to drive so fast? Why do you got to be in control? Why you got to be the leader? How come you just can't sit in the back and just, how come you can't just join somebody else's church? Why you got to start your own? Why? So number one, you got to start asking yourself all of these why questions because that reveals your value. So when you show up in the marketplace, you got something because number one, you know your desires. You know your fears. You know your objections. You know your vehicles or your vehicle, and you know your identity. Let me say it again. 5 keys to adding value. Number one, desires, what we call passion. I only pursue passions. In other words, if my heart ain't in it, I can't win it. So I don't pursue it. It's just like a girl. You be like, fellas, you meet a girl and, she don't do it for you. It's like when I tell you guys, and then no disrespect, but I got to say this because, this show, especially the free shows, they go out and people listen to it. When I was stationed in Japan, as soon as I got over there, I saw the opportunities available, and I was like, nope. Just because, of the lack of, let's use the word curvature. We put it that way. Now, some dudes, they like women that look like 12-year-old boys. Me, I'm not one of those. I need some voluptuousness. I need some thickness. Y'all feel me? Some folks don't need that. Okay, that's me. That's what I like, desire. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Some people don't. Everybody, ain't no right, ain't no wrong. It's just different. So don't let nobody feel you. Don't let nobody make you feel bad because what you desire. As long as it doesn't hurt, harm, or defraud anybody. That's value. So I establish my value based upon my innate likes. Number 2, my value comes from processing my fears. This is how you make your money. Your money comes from you processing and analyzing you, processing whatever fears you got. What is my biggest fear that I got to always be aware of? And that is what? How did I grow up? Extreme poverty. So what I do, I went back to my life experiences, like I said yesterday, and I realized, hold up, I grew up on 100 acres of land. You know how much that shit was worth? My grandfather had over 100 head of cows. You know how much each one of those cows were worth? We had pigs. You know how much they was worth? We had chickens fucking everywhere. I used to hate going out there. My grandmother said, boy, go out there and get some eggs at the chicken coop. Man, them chickens them mother hens would fight. They wouldn't fight her, but for whatever reason, because they knew I was scared. Animals can pick up that fear. My grandmother made me go out there because she knew I was scared of them damn chickens. How much them chickens were worth? So really, we was worth a lot of what they were. So I wasn't poor. So what did I do? I went back and I changed my childhood. Now, I had the best childhood in the world. But hold up, Doc, I thought you was raised in a cult. Now I can tell you that his name is not Jesus. Now I can tell you that, yeah, all your religions, yeah, no stay for another time. How do I know though? I was fucking raised by a bunch of religious zealots. So now my problems are my prophets. So you got to go back and do the same thing and take your fear, turn it into faith. That's where your money's at. Your money is in your problems. That takes us to number 3, your objections or your objection. Remember objectivity. That's called aletheia in the Bible. That means consideration. Value is consideration. Number 4. Nope, I missed up. Oh yeah. Number 4, your vehicle. So everybody got a different vehicle that they drive. This was inside of your money mantra. So remember, you drive a vehicle that takes you to your cash. Your vehicle is your life path. Your cash is what I call your name, niche, and narrative. Remember, we take your month, your day, and your year. Mine is 969. That's my money. How do I get to my money? 336. So I got to know what that means. I am a 336. If you take the month, the day, and the year that I was born, and you add it straight across, you get the number 33. Everybody knows this because everybody got their diakonia report. That's the path I'm on. 3, creative. 3, imaginative. 6, communicative. I cannot make no money if I drive somebody else's vehicle. I cannot drive Sister T's vehicle. Sister T is a 112. So if I want to be an 11, I got to work hard. See, money flows to me easily and effortlessly as long as I stay in my lane. That's my path. So how do I get paid though? I got to be a 969. The month that I was born is the month of September. September is the month of awareness. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm making you aware of something that you may not have been aware of, but I got to do it in a 6 way. That means I got to do it in a loving, communicate. I can't come out here and call everybody out their name, call you bitches and hoes and worthless pieces of bleep, 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 bleep. I can't do that. Why? I'm going to turn you off because that's not my energy. I'm a nice guy. I'm not a thug. Remember, I've been trying to be a thug all my life. It just don't work for me. Why? I ain't cutthroat. I ain't ruthless. I like people. I'm a lover. I'm not a fighter. I try to, fake the game, but it's like a real thug can see a fake thug. So I'm not a thug. I'm a 6. And then the last 9 is the 4 numbers from the year that I was born. That means it has to be sophisticated. And it's for humanity. So I get paid whenever I show up with the intent to assist humanity. That be you. Reverse engineer the numbers. 969. If you reverse the numbers, it's still 969. So my intent, help people. That's the first 9. How I'm going to help you? By showing you details, because that's the definition of love. That's the 6. I'm going to communicate details. That's going to bring about awareness. If I do that, I get paid. That's the way I add value. That means I got to do that more. And I got to do it with more clarity because I got to bypass your reticular activating system. And I'm reversing it now. The dominant culture, they bypass your frontal lobe. Why? Because the white man knows, Negro, you got a fucking brain. They know you're going to ask questions. They know you're going to be like, man, that shit is not reasonable and logical. It's not reasonable and logical for me to give up all my guns. And you not giving up yours. It's not reasonable and logical for me to eat certain foods if I'm a gorilla and you a polar bear. Look at the color of the polar bear. Look at the color of the gorilla. Wake up, Negro. So no, you ain't no polar bear, bruh. You can be eating like a polar bear. The dominant culture will have you eat like a polar bear to fuck up your melanin. You got to smell the salt, bruh. What do gorillas eat? Fruits and vegetables. another 30 for another time. But what's the point? What if you go to a polar bear school and you're a fucking gorilla? And you raised your whole life thinking you're a polar bear. So you went to the school for chickens and you're a fucking eagle. You're a big eagle inside of a little chicken coop. Chickens never look up. They're always looking down, pecking on the ground. Because they pray. That's why y'all Negroes pray. Not you personally, but other Negroes you know. So now, Negro, my knees ain't touching the ground for no mother. I'm an eagle, bruh. I fly high. I don't fly through the storm. I fly above the storm. No weapon formed against me can prosper. All who rise up against me shall fall. There's always a ram in the bush. Greater is he that's in me than he that's in the world. Oh yeah, I may be down today, but I ain't gonna be down tomorrow. Nothing lasts forever, bruh. That should be your disposition, because you are a god and a goddess. You got the ability to generate, operate, and direct. So my vehicle and your vehicle is different. You got to know your vehicle. That's your value. Last but not least, identity. Desires, number 1. Fears, number 2. Objectivity, number 3. Vehicle, number 4. Identity, number 5. Do those 5 things, Negro, you will be a high vibrational commodity. When you show up in the marketplace and you got crystal clear identity, you driving your vehicle and you have your head on a swivel, that simply means you're going to consider all things. You're going to only implement high design. I'm going to look at all of my options available to me. Which one animates me the most? Bam, I'm going to go that way. Always pursue your highest desires as if they are fulfilled. That's value. Now, I'm going to take that value and put it into a topic. But the topic must have a strategy. What's the strategy for my topic? Know, like, trust. Gives you the ability to create your highest desire. That makes it buildable, profitable, and implementable. That's the 7 keys to exit the matrix. That's your strategy. We're going to break that down deeper in another class. It starts with value, 5 keys. The value now, you need to put that into one specific topic. Let's go back to Sister Coleman. What is the one topic? The topic you don't get to pick, bruh. The topic is picked for you. Sister Coleman is born in August. So Sister Coleman can do anything she wants. But to do what comes easy. Remember, you can go downstream with the river, with the flow. Out of your belly flows rivers of living water. So August is the month of soul healing. Do anything, but she's the best in the world at healing souls. Healing energy. Why is it so important? Because we live in a day and age where one of the most important things is healing. So healing energy makes her valuable because what it does, it restores people's dorsal vagal. Everybody's suffering from what they call dorsal vagal shutdown. That simply means that your lymph nodes, your lymphatic system, your vagus nerve, your information superhighway is overwhelmed with information. So mind, will, emotion, imagination, and intellect. Soul healing is what is sound consciousness. Comes from your soul urge. So by tapping into people's soul urge, it can bring about soul healing. Meaning, to heal your soul, there's a specific energy that must be restored by creating balance and harmony. People who are struggling with issues like mental issues, especially like depression, anxiety, bipolar disorder, all of the fruits of the flesh, lasciviousness, envy, strife, jealousy, that's all indications of emotional problems that require or needs what we call August or soul healing. That's all. My brother, who's a pastor, he's born in August. But, he has a desire because he can pick up the energy of everybody's soul, mind, will, emotion, imagination, and intellect. And there's levels to this game. It's called soul level healing. There's a deep inner desire that everybody has. We all have it. So what does that mean, though? That simply means that, again, just use that number or Sister Diane as a example. Well, everybody's way to heal their soul is inside their numbers. My soul urge number is 2, 1, 3. So when I get overwhelmed, when I get stressed out, when I get nervous, when I'm in time delay, right? I've been in time delay for, really the last 2 months, really 3. That just simply means I change my order. I go to the restaurant and I ordered a T-bone steak. Then I saw the menu and I said, no, I don't want that T-bone, bro. Give me the ribeye. Then I saw, you know what? Change that. I don't want the T-bone. I don't want the ribeye. Give me chicken fried steak. I changed my order 3 times. So that's going to create more time delay. But what if you, for whatever reason, don't know that there's a time delay? So you get anxiety. So let's switch over from, let's say, Sister T. Well, Sister T's soul urge number is 235. And so the way that Sister T processes anxiety is different from the way that I process anxiety. When I'm nervous, now this is why this is important. This is a whole system. This is a whole course. This is a website. This is a book. Somebody should be doing this. I do it on a small scale when I do the life management system. Remember, I'm a 2-1-3. I need peaceful, independent creativity. I feel better. That's why I create so much shit. I create on average I write at least 3 books a day now. I'm doing this show. It's a free show tonight. Later on today, I'll be doing. This morning I did 10, I think. Yeah, between my TikTok and my YouTube channels, I did 10. Now, some of the stuff combined, I chopped up videos. But go on my TikTok channel. There are like 10 new videos on there. And I got 3 TikTok channels. That does what for me? Calms my soul. I got to because remember, in this 3D world, it's not thinking. Action. You got to take action. Action is how you make money. Because this is 3D. This is a physical realm. So you got to do physical shit. You just can't sit around and just meditate and think and do sun gazing and earthing and Wim Hof breathing techniques. No, Nico, you got to produce something that has value. To make more money, reveal more value. So when Sister T feels nervous, she's a 2-3-5. That means she has to use her intuition to establish a peaceful, creative disposition that allows her to be assertive to establish freedom. So Sister T has to be more assertive when she feels more anxiety. Get out there and say, my name is Sister T. This is who I am. This is what I do. Some people are going to like it. Some people don't. Shake the dust off your feet and keep it moving. Everybody ain't going to jump on your bandwagon. But it's your job to do what? Monetize your soul. Heal your own soul. Because that's, again, how we establish, or that is our strategy. So you have value. But your value got to be put into a strategy to reveal a specific topic. So going back to switching from, let's say, what is Sister T's topic? So Sister Diane's topic we said was what? Soul healing. Well, Sister T is a 299. That's how she make her money. She don't do 299, but her path The vehicle is 112. But the combination lock or the PIN number, her personal identification number to open the bank to get her money, is 299 because she's born in February. She's born on the 18th, but the 18th is 1 and 8 is 9. And then the year that she was born, added up, it comes out to 9. If I reverse those numbers, I get 992 instead of 299. So we already know that the 9 is the highest mind. It's sophisticated. It also means humanity. So Sister T is called to humanity. So Sister T just works with one person and dedicates all her time and her energy to one person. She just shot herself in the foot. That one person is usually one of your little Sharons or your boo-boo. Right, Sister T? Or your supervisor on your job. So Sister T got to be careful because the dark side of global is individual. So Sister T would spend her whole life looking for one dude or one dudette or for one, I want to say one little chicken. And there's 1,000 chickens out there, but the dark side of global is individual. So that's number one. Sister T, you call to the masses. Now there's a specific deity. Day means deity. The deity is a 9. Same thing. So she's 9 means sophisticated humanity or sophisticated. So that means Sister T has to be a deep learner. She can't be a shallow. Remember, we live in a world of shallow learning. Go to TikTok, watch a 15-second video, and now you got a master's degree in whatever. That's what everybody thinks. People go to TikTok and they watch a video, or they go to YouTube and they watch a video, and now they can take an engine out of the car. Now, and they go sit down. We go watch how to build a house, 3 easy steps, so we think we are now a freaking contractor. So, Sister T, your job is to assist people with understanding the sophistication of February. What is February? Structuring a disposition. That's a spirit. A spirit is a structured disposition. Everybody has a disposition, but is it structured? Are all of your neurons firing together? Okay, then it's not structured. A spirit is a ruling disposition. That's a spirit. A spirit is a ruling. That means all the other ideas, they bow down to this one. That means that you carry yourself with crystal clear clarity. If Sister T doesn't do that, she doesn't make no money. Her money is tied into her clarity. That's why the devil will fight you, which is the lower self, will fight the higher self, because that's how you get paid. So, Sister T, the way you add value, because remember, your job is to do what? Reveal more value, which means reveal more. What is the benefits of structured thought? Everybody's thinking, but is it structured? Or do you set up a step-by-step plan to remove every thought that doesn't take you towards your goal? And how do you do it? That's a course. That's a book. That's a website. That's 3 to 12 modules that you set up a step-by-step program. Now remember, I do this shit for a living. I got 25 that I've done for myself. And all of them bring in X amount of money at different times. Because I promote all of them. I rotate. That's why you guys hear me one day I'm talking about health and detoxing and doing that shit. Why? Your nutrition. Then you have my relationships, my spiritual relationship course, my books, Life After Infidelity, and all of the books that I've written on that. Then I got my behavioral modification stuff, Platonomics. And then I got my 30 Steps in 30 Days. That's the wealth program. And then I got the granddaddy of them all, diakonia reports. That's my money. Wealth, health, wisdom, and relationships. Because I'm total awareness. I'm born in September. And so I rotate the systems out based upon what my gut tells me. You should do the same thing, because that's how you increase value. So we got value, we got topic, last daily content. Brothers and sisters, everybody should be posting every day, minimum three videos, 3 topics a day. Minimum of 3. Preferably more than that. Now, I understand Sundays, vacations, holidays, and all that stuff. You take time off, no problem at all. But you should have a primary channel, a primary social media channel. And you should have a website that you should be branding the shit out of that website. And everybody should know to go to www.masterteacher33.com. or diakonia.com, or lifeoptimizationreport.com, or name-niche-narrative-report.com, or 2020 Total Awareness, or MT33 Manifestation School, or MT33 Business School. Should I go on? I got fucking 25 of them. You should have at least one. I don't care if you're making $300,000 from your job. You need to be on social media because the dominant culture allows us to monetize social media for now. Or you got to be in entertainment and sports because the dominant culture say, yeah, we will let niggas entertain us. Ain't shit changed, nigga. We still on the plantation. It's just a digital plantation now. So you can be a field nigga or a house nigga. Either way, you still a nigga. Don't get it twisted, bro. Don't fight the system. Monetize it. And if you can't sing, if you can't dance, and if you can't do social media, then the last thing you got left is you better be good at gaming. But they'll let you make money through gaming. Not only gaming, but also betting, anything. Those are the only three things in 2024. They are doing what they call digital ID routing, total humanity enslavement, wireless tissue engineering. That's the new electrical magnetic neuron mitigation for behavioral modification. They modifying your behavior and they forcing you into one of these three areas. I'm just saying you should be the Patrick Mahomes of your lane. Okay, only thing I can do is play football? No problem. I'm gonna be the best at it. They say, no, nigga, you can't play football no more. You're gonna play golf. No problem. I'm gonna be the Tiger Woods of golf. Basketball, I'm gonna be the Michael Jordan of basketball. I'm a 33. So I'm gonna be the Michael Jordan of master teachers. That's why I get paid. So brothers and sisters, I got 50% off the done for you system. Now, none of my stuff is cheap because I know my worth and my value. We can do payment plans like always. But the goal is to make sure that you have your online presence. And it starts with your name. Make sure that your name is tied into your lane. Don't come up with a name that has nothing to do. You have to be www.yourlifepathnumber. Whatever word that's similar to your lane, that's the role. The month, the day, and the year, that's the goal. You have to marry the role. But you keep your eye on the goal. You can't marry the goal. Never marry the goal. You keep your eye on the goal. But the day-to-day, step-by-step stuff, because you do that every day. You got to love it. You got to marry the role. I am playing the character. My goal, total awareness. My role, didactic teaching. I love that shit. Oh, I'm married, bruh. Thank you. I'm taken. I'm married to 336. I love creative, imaginative, didactic teaching. I'm going to communicate details, etymology, because I'm a 6. You have to marry your role. Most people set everything design feels great, but you can't marry it. You can't marry the goal. You have to marry the role because the role, you do that shit every day. The goal is if the goal is like real bodybuilder, the goal, stand on the stage and win Mr. Olympia. But you can't stand on the stage and win Mr. Olympia every day. You got to do something takes you to the stage. What takes you to the stage? That's your role. So you must add more value to your role. My job is to show up in the marketplace and make everybody aware of the value of creative, imaginative communication. Because my money is based upon my ability to show people the value in didactic or didactic teaching. So I got to do a better job of that. Because I got more distractions. I got to fight for people's attention. Because they got a bunch of clever marketing campaigns. And people are out there saying, look at me, look at me, look at me. There's a war going on for your attention. And we all are losing that war. And so we got to increase our attention getting modalities. And the way that you get attention is to add more value. That means show me how you solve my problem by showing me how you solved your problem. So I got to do a better job of showing the world how finding your true God-given identity, diakonia report, taking your ID, your innate attributes and characteristics, and your life experiences, and putting it in a product, service, and information. I got to do a better job of showing you why that's the best, which is what I'm doing right now, why that is the best thing for you to do today. The best thing for you to do right now, look at your own innate attributes and characteristics. That's in your diakonia report. Next, look at your life experiences. What have you already done that was successful? What have you already done that was a failure? Go back and analyze your own life experiences. Don't talk about other people's experiences. Talk about your own. Because when you talk about that shit, you don't need to write it down. You know what you've been through, ups and downs. You know that. Nobody knows where you've been but you. Nobody can talk about you better than you because nobody knows you better than you. Talk about the life experiences. Talk about how you use your innate God-given attributes and characteristics in your life experiences. And then show me how your life experiences and your numbers can benefit me. Show me how you can help me get from point A to point B. If you can do that, people are going to be attracted to you. But you have to be able to communicate more worth and value. Because you got it. We just got to reveal it. Reveal more worth and value. To make more money, reveal more value. All right, man, I love you guys. Make sure y'all take advantage of the sale. We'll keep it going for, at least for a couple of days. Let me know if anybody's interested. You got anything you all to do. Just email or text me. God bless. Love you. See you guys there on tonight.